Welcome back to Home Wizards, where we love to improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
And we're both pet lovers. We were talking about Jack the cat and how he has a new chapter ahead of him. But, there's more than watching out for their health in terms of having them spayed or neutered so that they don't have cancers and other issues and they aren't getting aggressive. But, in the summertime, there are a lot of things that can come up that you don't even think about that are just everyday aspects of our life that can really injure a dog or a cat. So I thought we'd talk about some of those things, because there are things around the house, for instance. We always know that when you're in a car, my dogs, my old English sheepdogs, Bailey and Abbie, if I tell them, hey, it's time for a car ride, they're like so excited. They go crazy. Running out. They just love the adventure of putting their head out the window. Does Hazel like a car ride?
Hazel has now gotten used to being in my truck. And it's kind of cute to see her in the back of the bed, but you got to be careful,
Well, that doesn't,
Yeah, you can't really do that.
Their eyes.
Well, not only that, but they can jump out.
And they can fall out.
And if they have the leash and they're tied, there's too much lead on it.
You've strangled them.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Well, but and I think just having their head out the window, they say it's not great because they can't. Things can fly into their eye, and scratch their eyes. But I let them do it just a little bit because she loves it. It's almost like she's this flying dog, And
Hazel goes to Grandma and Grandpa's house every couple of weeks for grooming. Like they love taking her to the groomer. And then she'll stay with them, and my dad will walk her around the neighborhood and get a lot of
show
props. Show her off a little bit, and that kind of gives them a chance to kind of do a little more exercising. So it's kind of it's a nice thing.
All very fun, but the key is you don't want to leave your pet in the car, especially not for very long when it's super hot, because even when it's cool outside, the sun can raise the temperature in your car to 120 degrees.
Sure, that's the greenhouse effect.
Terrible.
Long wave radiation comes in, short wave can't come back out, and then you get the heat.
Yeah, and it can just, melt their brain. And so you want to leave the windows rolled down at least like an inch or two, when you're running errands and so forth, and definitely, don't leave them in there for a long time.
Right.
But as you are running around just enjoying your outside, you want to make sure you keep your pet leashed, of course, but watch your dogs for heat stroke. Now, our older dog, Bailey, loves to sit outside on our deck, and when it's really hot, she loves the heat. It's almost like she's in a sauna. She loves the feeling, like it's good on her old bones.
Sure.
And we get to the point where we say, Bailey, that's not good. You're like frying your brain. Get out of there. Come on inside. And she's like, and she's just smiling like she is just in hog heaven.
That's hilarious.
But you want to watch out for possible heat stroke because, all of a sudden when they're really panting, or if they have like an anxious expression, or they're like staring, those are like really scary signs that there's something bad, that they could be having heat stroke, especially in the summertime. Or they might vomit or just collapse, or they might just all of a sudden refuse to obey because now their brain, they're dizzy. They don't hear you right.
Right.
So those are some scary telltale signs.
So what do you just look for those signs, get them out.
You want to get them, well, it's a medical emergency, and if you think that there are any signs, you have to act quickly. You have to call a veterinarian right away. If you think that, you want to then lower your dog or cat's body temperature, you want to, just like a child, put cold towels soaked in water, all around their tummy, and then get them to the vet immediately, because once they're in their care, they're going to have to do all kinds of intravenous fluid therapy. Serious stuff. It could be like almost a shock, so they have to counter the shock, and then they give some medicine to prevent any brain damage.
Jeez.
Scary.
Okay, get them out of the sun. Don't even do it.
I know.
Get out. Don't go out.
I know. Well, no, but just what? Anyway, did you know that pets need sunscreen? So
no.
Hazel and Jack are going to need sunscreen. I know.
I'm not doing it.
Now I know. I finally,
how do I do that? How do you put sunscreen on? I finally got you to wear SPF 100. I know. Yeah. Now I got to rub it on my dog and cat.
So here's the deal.
They're not going out.
Sunburn can happen to animals, and it can cause problems just like people, especially if they have light skin. Now, Hazel
does not have
Hazel
light
has
skin.
A kind of a dark charcoal fur.
Yeah.
And Jack's
kind of light.
Okay.
Listen, after this experience today, I'm not putting any more salve on this animal. Ain't going to happen.
Anyway, so you would I don't know if they sell, they must sell special sunscreen for pets. Boy, that's another niche market.
Boy, you got that right.
But they can get skin cancer. they can get skin cancer from exposure during that time between 10 and 4. So if you want to rub a bit of sunblock around the ears.
Where are you going to put sunscreen on a cat?
Around the tips of the ears.
Okay.
And you're going to love this. Around the lips.
I'm not doing
and
it.
Around the nose.
No way.
And then,
absolutely not.
Maybe they have peanut butter flavored sunscreen. They must, because you don't want the chemicals. They don't want to be licking the chemicals. I'm sure they must have a pet safe sunblock.
I'd be more
It's fish flavored for cats, and it's peanut butter for dogs.
I'd be more apt to get them a large hat like Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Put a little strap on it.
I didn't know that they need sunscreen.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like they would know to get out of the sun.
They don't. Not my Bailey. She is like, Anyway, right. Be cautious, too, on humid days because the humidity interferes with your pet's ability to get rid of that body heat. Just like, when we overheat, we sweat or we shine.
That's how
when you're a woman.
That's how I do. Oh, is that what you
glisten.
say?
You glisten, yeah. Women, they don't sweat, they glisten.
Really? That sounds so gentle and
proper,
inviting.
Exactly.
It's just a nice glisten.
It's a nice glisten.
Yeah.
But our four-legged friends,
now they tell me I sweat like a pig.
No.
So they don't say I glisten. Nobody
you're
says
glowing.
that.
You're glowing.
No, I'm not.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want your four-legged friends to make sure that they are cautious on humid days because they only perspire around their paws, and so that's not enough to cool the whole body. So when it's really like a sauna kind of a day, the air is moving through their noses, but as it's expelled through the mouth, the extra heat leaves with it. But it's that's the only way. And while it's very efficient to control the body heat, if it's really high humidity, it just makes it difficult to get rid of all the heat. So
this
anyway.
is all well and good, but what do they do in nature?
That's all well and good.
No, really. What are they doing when they're just out on their own as wild animals? They figure it out.
They figure it out.
They don't have sunscreen dispensaries. They don't even have Perel. They've got filthy paws, and they're that's just what they do.
Something else to keep in mind is certain things around the house that you might have that your pets might try to drink.
Well, this is definitely something
antifreeze.
To watch for.
Antifreeze.
They would. I know Hazel would eat antifreeze.
So, like, you're going to be using antifreeze for your car, right?
Yeah.
And so the hot weather is going to tempt your pet to drink from the puddles in the street.
Holy moly! I never thought of that.
And so the antifreeze has a sweet, like sugary pudding taste. And it's extremely toxic.
It does?
It's like candy to them.
Have you tasted the antifreeze? How do you know it tastes like pudding?
That's what they say. That's what the
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I used to have a hot lunch program at my school that most of the food tasted like
pudding.
Like antifreeze, actually.
There you go. Well, so it's really toxic. So when you're walking your pet,
all right,
or you just have your antifreeze in the garage.
That's actually an interesting, you do see that leaking on the street during the summer months when you're in a hot climate in the street where the car just left.
So don't let your dog,
good to know.
Or even your cat, if you walk your cat, sneak a drink from the street. So, and also with the pool chemicals, that's another thing. Of course, that's a summer toxin.
Listen, Hazel drinks out of the pool.
That's okay.
It is?
Because here's the deal. It's not terrific, but it's not going to hurt them because those chemicals are so watered down from being in your pool. Now, the thing is you want to watch out for is you don't want them to drink the concentrated form that's stashed around with your supplies.
Sure.
Because that's going to cause ulcers in their mouth and their stomach and so forth. And here's something else that I never thought of. Gardening products, a lot of them are made with bone or blood meal. Hello. That's that's catnip to the dog. And a lot of gardeners, we use that as a soil amendment because they're organic. But the problem is, because they're so tasty and they're freeze-dried, it becomes just like candy to them.
Sure.
And it can still be toxic to our pets. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
So just be careful when you're using your organic stuff, the blood meal and the bone, as soil amendment to just kind of mix it up good so that the dogs aren't going to get it, because that could cause them some stomach problems. They might even need to have surgery.
Okay, now what about things like beer left out, from a party or something? Do you think a dog would go for beer?
I've heard of pets that do that.
Yeah. I know Hazel ate chocolate a couple of times. And that's supposed to be really bad, but seemed to be fine.
Yeah, our dog ate an entire bag of chocolate kisses foil and all.
Okay, you ready for this?
We had the foil to prove it outside when they
No.
did their number.
You ready
we
for
had a
this?
little foil.
Hazel used to eat diapers.
Ooh.
I know.
God. The tales of the tales, right?
Yikes, yep.
All right, well, when we come back, we have more fun stuff to talk about here on Home Wizards, as we love to help improve your home and improve your life. Stick around.